Hello and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Osman. In this week's episode, thousands get a final look at our next reef editions. We tie a bow on this year's sea turtle nesting season. And we have safety tips for those taking the plunge into deep frying a turkey. Later on in the program, Joanne Magley gets an update from the Ocean Center's Angela Daniels. Those segments and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. I hope you stay tuned. More than 3,000 people celebrated marine life and recreation in Volusia County while getting an up-close look at two decommissioned ships that will soon be sunk. The Lady Philomena and Tug Everglades welcomed thousands of passengers, some of their last before the ships are sunk as part of the county's artificial reef program. Volusia County government partnered with Down the Hatch Restaurant and Marina in Ponce Inlet. There, visitors climbed aboard for an in-depth tour of the vessels, a unique opportunity, as soon only scuba divers and fish will be able to appreciate their wonder.
What we're seeing today is two ships that we're going to sink in that artificial reef system, the 150-foot Lady Philomena and the 90-foot Everglades Tug. They both will enhance this system. We're going to sink them this week based on weather conditions at Site 12, which is 9 miles out, about 85 feet. And today is a way of making sure that the citizens get to see firsthand before they disappear under the waves what that environment could look like in terms of what the structures look like today on land and what they'll look like when they're underwater.
The Lady Philomena, a 150-foot steel vessel, was donated to Volusia County government for reefing by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Service after having been seized with contraband in the Miami River. The Tug Everglades, a 90-foot steel tugboat, was then offered to the county for reefing by the shipyard where the Lady Philomena was moored. At the event, county staff was on hand to provide information about the county's growing reef program, turtle rehabilitation, conservation efforts, and coastal parks. The Coastal Conservation Association, Florida Building Conservation Trust, and Yamaha, which were financially supporting the sinking of the Lady Philomena, were in attendance, as well as Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Customs and Border Protection, and Halifax Sport Fishing Club. The vessels will be sunk at Reef Site 12 and join an extensive underwater artificial reef community composed of concrete culverts, structures, and massive concrete bridge components that have been carefully deployed on the seafloor. These living marine habitats teem with fish, shrimp, and crabs and support recreational and charter fishing and diving.
Everybody knows we're the world's most famous beach. We also like to say we have the world's most famous ocean environment that's accessible by its citizens. We have wonderful diving here and fishing. We have our artificial reef system, which is key to bringing that wildlife closer to the shoreline and easier and more accessible for people to fish and dive.
The county's artificial reef program was started in the 1970s. In 2010, under the leadership of the Volusia County Council and County Manager Jim Deneen, the county began an aggressive program to double the number of artificial reefs, which today number nearly 150. The reefs have been constructed with the remains of ships, barges, concrete culverts, airplanes, bridges, FDOT concrete roadway construction barriers, concrete telephone poles, and other large pieces of donated concrete construction materials. And the public can get updates and watch videos of the sinking of the ships by going online to volusia.org/reefs and clicking on the Get Updates button. Volusia County's beaches were visited in record numbers this year, and we're not just talking about the two-legged variety. Between May and October each year, dozens of volunteers comb the beach daily to mark new sea turtle nests and monitor them until the hatchlings emerge. During the 2017 season, 720 sea turtle nests were counted. This is the second highest nesting year on record of nests in Volusia County.
We had a really exciting sea turtle nesting season again this year. In 2017, we broke a lot of new records. We had our second highest nesting year with 720 sea turtle nests laid county-wide. And we had two species that set new record highs for the number of nests that they laid as well. We had 82 sea turtle nests laid by green sea turtles, and our previous high of green season was 55 nests. So we've well surpassed our previous high. And then Kemp's Ridleys, which are one of the world's smallest and rarest sea turtles, have only nested here twice in one season previously. Well, this year we had 4 Kemp's Ridley sea turtle nests, and we did confirm that 2 of those nests were laid by the same female turtle that returned to the same area.
The season was not without its challenges, though, as Hurricane Irma impacted the sea turtles' nests mid-September. According to Winters, approximately 200 nests were completely lost.
But we do expect that, it's going to happen. We do have those natural processes. But in the grand scheme of things, we still had, over 500 nests that were successful. And after the storm passed, we still had turtles laying new nests. So overall, it was still, a good season for us.
One sea turtle that will be sticking around after the nesting season and may be available for educational outreach opportunities is their new full-size sea turtle character, Cara Coretta, aka Cece. The mascot is named after the loggerhead sea turtle, which is the most common species to nest along Volusia County's beaches. The costume was designed and purchased with a grant awarded to Volusia County from the Sea Turtle Grants Program, which is funded by the sale of the Florida Sea Turtle license plate. Upon request, CC and county staff will visit hotels and other businesses to train hospitality staff about sea turtles, other native wildlife, the beach environment, rules and regulations, and best management practices. For more information about Volusia County's sea turtle and on-site educational programs, you can visit volusiaseaturtles.org or you can call 386-238-4668.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Today on Solutions for Your Life, Joe Sewards, UF-IFAS Extension Urban Horticulture Agent in Volusia County, talks about the relationship between bromeliads and mosquitoes in your yard.
Hi, remember me? I'm Joe Sewards. I'm the Urban Horticulture Agent and Master Gardener Coordinator here in Volusia County for the University of Florida IFAS Extension Office. Today we're going to talk about 3 topics, really. We're going to talk about the relationship between bromeliads, mosquitoes, and Zika virus. Florida has 16 species of bromeliads that are native. Some are tank bromeliads and some aren't. There are also bromeliads that are not tank bromeliads. Those are things like Spanish moss and ball moss, which are very common. They don't collect water, they don't breed mosquitoes. There are only 2 species of mosquitoes known to carry the Zika virus. They are both exotic invasive species. In other words, they're not native to Florida, and they do breed in tank bromeliads. However, they are easily outcompeted by our native species of mosquitoes, which do not carry the Zika virus. Species such as Wyomia and others are common in Florida. They don't carry the Zika virus and are no more than a nuisance. They are nothing to be worried about. If you want to control mosquito populations, whether it is the Zika carrying species or other species, all you have to do is flush out the tanks every day or two with a strong stream of water, and that will keep the mosquitoes from breeding in the tank bromeliads. Very easily done. If you have a lot of tank bromeliads like we have here, another way of doing it is to spread a fungus that is available at many garden stores or places that sell garden supplies and farm supplies. And you can buy a product called Bacillus thuringiensis israeliensis, which is a bacterium harmless to humans and pets and other species. It only kills mosquito larvae. And you can simply broadcast that over your bromeliads, and that will also help keep mosquito populations down. So keep in mind that, yes, the species that do carry the Zika virus can breed, but they are A, easily outcompeted by native species of mosquitoes, B, they are easily controlled in the landscape with products that are available at your garden store. So there's no real need to panic about mosquitoes and bromeliads and the relationship of how they carry the Zika virus. Also keep in mind that anything that collects water in your landscape has the potential to breed mosquitoes. So you need to be mindful of that. It's not just bromeliads. Bird baths, old tires, anything that collects water has the potential to breed mosquitoes. So keep that in mind. So remember, the University of Florida and your county extension office is your one-stop shopping place for information, research-based information on mosquitoes, Zika virus, bromeliads, or any other topic related to being a responsible Floridian. These are some examples of the information that you can find through the University of Florida via the World Wide Web, or you can come to the County Extension Office and we'll be happy to provide you with this information as well. We have research-based documents on any given subject, including what I've talked about here today. So for more information, you can contact us here, volusia.org/extension, or you can give us a phone call at area code 386-822-5778. With Solutions for Your Life, I'm Joe Sewards.
Using a deep fryer has become a popular way to prepare Thanksgiving meals, but cooking a turkey in a vat of boiling oil can lead to serious burns. The National Fire Protection Association discourages the use of gas-fueled turkey fryers that immerse the turkey in hot oil because of their inherent dangers and risks of the cooking process.
There are new oil-free fryers that are out there that we encourage people to use. It's safer for the family and for the cooks that are trying to cook the turkey as well.
If you are going to deep fry your turkey anyway, limit the risks as much as possible.
There's about 3 things that you really need to practice. Make sure the volume of oil is right. Make sure that it's in a stable, safe environment, and there's nothing around that can A, knock it over, or catch on fire from the result.
Here are some additional fire safety cooking tips to further reduce your risk to danger. Establish a no-kid zone around the fryer. Don't wear loose-fitting clothing with long sleeves while you're cooking. Keep flammable items, including oven mitts, towels, dry grass, and dead leaves, away from the fryer. If you're sleepy or if you've consumed alcohol, don't use the fryer. Keep a working fire extinguisher nearby. Follow the manufacturer's instructions. If you have a taste for deep-fried turkey, you may want to consider going to a specialty store or a restaurant. For more fire safety tips, you can visit volusia.org/fire-rescue. A national running club with a local chapter here in Volusia County is using fitness as a way to connect with area veterans. Community Information Director Joanne Magley has more.
Every year on Veterans Day, people across the country pay tribute to the men and women who have served in the armed forces, as well as those who have fallen defending the country.
Way to go, Chief.
But many people, like Lonnie Faulkner, believe veterans should be honored every day.
Before we start, I'd like to call each branch of the military up so we can share our appreciation and know who you are that we're working out next to.
Lonnie is the chapter captain of Team RWB Daytona. Team RWB is a national veterans organization with over 200 chapters and more than 125,000 members, 2/3 of whom are veterans.
In Team RWB Daytona, we have about 1,200 members with over 800 veterans. And our mission is to enrich our veterans' lives by connecting them to their community through physical and social activities.
One of those social activities included a visit to Emory L. Bennett Veterans Nursing Home in Daytona Beach.
So our volunteers from Team RWB sits down individually, face to face, talking to our veterans, asking them what they want for Christmas. And then from that time to the Christmas party, we go shopping, we wrap the gifts, and then there's a big Christmas party, and we give them their Christmas gifts. And it is amazing and heartwarming and so satisfying to be a part of that.
On Veterans Day, Team RWB Daytona teamed up with CrossFit Port Orange for a special workout fundraiser called WOD for Warriors that celebrates our veterans and was open to all individuals at all fitness levels. It also included a running element. This is Team RWB Daytona's virtual leg of the Old Glory Relay, which started in Seattle on 9/11, ran across the country, and ended in Tampa on Veterans Day. Mark Meese is a veteran who served in the Marines in Afghanistan. He's also the athletic director for Team RWB Daytona.
To be part of this organization, especially as athletic director, the importance of being able to connect with other veterans and other people out in the community, to be able to hear their experiences, to be able to help them. A lot of them want to get out, but usually don't have the motivation, or are too shy or too anxious to get out. So RWB is basically like a helping hand to get veterans and other parts of our community together.
Others, like Vince Faulkner, a Navy veteran, says Team RWB makes veterans feel like they belong.
Team RWB is probably, of all of the veteran service organizations that I've been aware of or been a part of, Team RWB does something very unique in as much as they want to bring our veterans and our community together again, to make each other understand the other group. There's nothing like this anywhere else. For myself and a lot of other veterans that have been searching, looking for some place where they feel like they fit in and where they belong so that they can share their experiences with other veterans, this is priceless.
To learn how you can connect with Team RWB, visit teamrwb.org or like the group on Facebook. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Joanne Magley.
And now let's join Community Information Director Joanne Magley in the studio with the Ocean Center's Director of Marketing, Angela Daniels.
Thanks, Amber. Well, it certainly is a busy time of year, and that's especially true for our staff at Volusia County's Convention Center, the Ocean Center. So joining me today in the studio is Angela Daniels, the Marketing Director at the Ocean Center. Hi, Angela.
Hi, Joanne.
Always good to have you here.
It is, and I love this new set. It's great.
Yeah, you haven't been here for a while.
You guys have done a great job with
this. We spruced the place up a little bit.
Yes, you did.
So the Ocean Center has been busy really all year long. The last couple years, you guys have been doing a great job over there. Talk a little bit about the types of conventions and groups that have been coming in so far this year.
Well, this past year has been a record year for events. So we're ending the fiscal year in 2017 with 134 events, which is a combination of both taking care of the client and making sure we get repeat business, but adding those new clients. And sports competitive arts is a strong market for us because of the arena and all the facilities we have, but we have really added a lot of associations and many different groups, and also been able to add those consumer events on those times when we needed that. So we're very blessed. It's our destination, it's our building, the service that the staff, the Ocean Center staff gives the client. So we're very fortunate to have that repeat business and continue to add the new business.
Yeah, one of the most recognizable conventions that you've had that happened just this year, we had the Shriners, and that was they're a big name, and that had been years in the planning. You mentioned the competitive arts. That's everything from volleyball tournaments to to the dance competitions that are so popular, and those are great because they're not just competitions for the athletes, but they're something for locals to go and watch a great youth competition.
It is, because the families love the area, but the spectators, I mean, we, like coming up in the fall, we have a lot of basketball. And it's great to come in, and if you've got children, grandchildren that are in basketball, you come in, and most of the time the events are free, and really watch some talent from the basketball side of life. And a lot of volleyball. You know, the families come from all over, and they love the fact that everything's walkable right there from the convention center, and the hotels, the restaurants, and of course our beautiful Volusia County beaches.
Right, right.
We've got a plus there.
That's a big draw, I would assume, for when you're selling the Ocean Center. Like you said, it steps away from the beach, and there's not many places where you can go to a convention, especially if you're the person having to work the convention or the person having to go listen to your lectures or whatever at the convention. But when the meeting breaks, as we like to say, the ocean awaits.
It
so
does.
You just, when your sessions are done, you can go right across the street and either lounge on the beach, play in the water. How else do you sell the Ocean Center to prospective clients?
Well, I think the fact that affordability, accessibility, we're in the central part of Florida, so a lot of times groups will meet on the West Coast, East Coast. So we've got the weather. The weather obviously is a great amenity and accessibility, and we've got a wonderful airport, obviously, that we promote, and flying into our airport is just so easy. So there's a lot of things that go into really promoting those. And once a planner typically comes and sees our area that maybe have not been to Daytona Beach, they really are very, surprised at all the amenities that we have in our area.
So for those people that are watching that might not be too familiar with the Ocean Center, maybe they've gone to a public event there, but talk about the various areas that are available for rent for all different types of clients.
Well, we have our exhibit hall, which is about 95,000 square feet of space, which, we do a lot of different events there. And we're very fortunate to have an arena. Most convention centers do not have an arena with it seating 9,000. You can do so much there. Like with the Shriners, we did general sessions there. We do sports, competitive arts. You can even do banquets there in the floor area. We have our ballroom, which we do a lot of local and catering events. And our meeting rooms. Our meeting rooms really are great for breakout sessions. Like One Voice for Volusia just had their event there, and they had different breakout sessions in the meeting rooms. It works out really well. And our building is really easy to get around. We have many different entrances, so it's great that we get the local clients and then also those clients that come from out of state.
And one thing that's pretty important to clients is the food, and our caterer for the Ocean Center is Spectra, and they always get rave reviews for not only the quality of their food, but the presentation that they put on as well.
They do. We're fortunate. We have a great chef, and he's very entertaining. He does presentations, and we do food tastings before a client comes in, and they pick their menu, and we go in and they get to really go through and have their meal and make changes on it. And I don't think there's a lot of convention centers that do that. But our food quality and presentations, and he gets real creative. And we have some groups that are all gluten-free, that are all vegan. I mean, he has really done the gamut on different meals. And then the concessions too, we kind of tailor our concessions depending on the group. So if you got one group that maybe want some more popular items, we'll do those. So that's kind of a neat, amenity also.
So Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and really that's around the time where the holiday season really kicks into gear. And at the Ocean Center, for the past, what is it now, 7 years?
7 years.
You've had a great event to really kick off the holiday season called Light Up Volusia.
Yes.
So it's a free family event. Tell us about that.
Well, I can't believe it's 7 years, but we do light up our 50-foot tree, but it also, we do the lighting for the entire area. So it kind of kicks off the season, and then we do that event, and then the city of Daytona Beach continues with events in the band shell. But it's free, and we do get a lot of families. There's so much family activity. We do, obviously, Mr. and Ms. Claus, and the Grinch, and stilt walkers, and face painting. So there's a lot of activities for the kids. We've got great entertainment. The Buse Sisters and Surfside Choir have been with us every year.
They're wonderful.
And they're wonderful, and they're very well known in the area. And we have a 12-piece orchestra that comes in and does all the holiday favorites. And our favorite, Dave Lang, is going to be the host and come out and MC. So we're very excited, and it's a great event, and it starts at 5 o'clock. It's Saturday, November 25th. So I welcome everyone to come out and enjoy this. Bring your kids, grandkids, and easy parking, and it's really a fun. And then there's activities that continue all month.
Yeah, so the 25th, that's the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
It is.
So, it's a great time to, kick off that holiday season. If you're planning on, going to see lights, it's a great opportunity for the family and for kids, really everybody of all ages. Like you said, you have the bands that play, the singing groups that come on stage, and then once you go inside the Ocean Center, of just a variety of different activities for kids and such.
And actually our tree goes up next week. We do the tree early for the Margarita Ball, and then obviously the Fur Ball, which you and I have attended, is always a great event, and that's to benefit the Humane Society. So there's tickets still available for that, and that's a really fun event. So a lot of neat activities for the November-December month.
Yeah, people can go online to theoceancenter.com, and you have a calendar that shows all the events, whether they're private events or the public events that people can attend as well, just to show all the activity that's going on there.
We do. We got lots of things coming up. And Harlem Globetrotters too. If you've got, your kids love basketball, I remember going to see them when I was a kid. Not the same group, but they've been around for a long time, and they're very entertaining. So that's December night.
So Angela, you've been in the area for a long time.
34 years.
34 years. How long have you been at the Ocean Center?
I've been at the Ocean Center a little over 6 years.
And I hate to sadly announce this, but I couldn't let you go without mentioning that unfortunately you are leaving the area, but you've been in the marketing business for whether it's the hotel industry or the Ocean Center, like you said, for 34 years.
Right.
So we are really sad to see you go, but we are very excited for your new opportunity coming your way.
Well, I just want to say thank you to the county. I mean, they've given me great support, and I've loved my time here, and especially you, Joanne. You've been very supportive of my department, and I have fond memories of Daytona Beach, but I'm looking forward to new adventures. So,
all right.
Thank you so much.
Good luck on your future endeavors. You've been a great ambassador for the Ocean Center in Volusia County, and we wish you well in your future endeavors.
Joanne. I appreciate that. That means a lot.
All right, Amber, back to you.
Thanks, Joanne, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Osmond, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.